So what's kind of funny about this is I would probably guess a lot of people are probably not going to be all that surprised on most likely seeing some of these older games pop up, and that's probably going to come down to like different factors of how the older games are and stuff like that, guys. Let's all be honest here and say that many of the old racing games are still hitting at this moment. And that's probably down to the fact that, yes, some of this is going to be like a nostalgic factor, but also a lot of the older games in a lot of ways, guys, I don't know what it is, but they really do feel better. Now, with this, if you are wondering, for me, a lot of people might be like, yo, Block, you're having nostalgic. None of these games are as good as you think. Well, here's the thing, guys. I never played this one, which is Driver San Francisco. I never played this game back in the day, ever. I did mention in the impressions video that I pretty much never even heard about this game. I did hear about this series as I did play the first Driver on PS2, but I never played this one. I never could find a copy for the PS3 as long as I have looked for one. I think I might have seen one copy a very long time ago, but I didn't get it because I didn't think I needed to get it, as I would probably find another copy, and yeah. How'd that go, I wonder? But I did end up finding an Xbox 360 copy, and I did end up getting an Xbox One. So I'm like, okay, well, this game is going to be backwards compatible. Let me put it in. And honestly, guys, I really do truly believe that older games like this one just had such a special feeling to it. And with that, that was something I really was sucked in with Driver, because the fact that he was pretty much able to go over to different people and stuff like that. And what's cool, though, is like you're not just switching to a car and you're just driving it, right? And you're just in the car with a random person. No, you are literally going to be switching to someone's vehicle, and they're probably going to have like an entire story, which is kind of insane to think about, guys. It does remind me of real life. Like, you ever all just like walk around and think that everybody you see has like their own unique story, different things and stuff like that, different battles they're going through. It is kind of crazy to think about, man. Like, I was in this game going, yo, let me switch to this car, or let me switch over to this police car. You're then going to have like the other guy talking to you because you are the main character, but you're not going to be him. Like, you're still the other person in that vehicle. So it is going to be cool, man. Like, you could switch over to a police car, you can then go help with different things, and you can also then switch over to like a different car. Maybe it's another passenger vehicle. Once you do end up doing that, maybe that car is going to have like a storyline or something to it. You can also then switch to a car and kind of just listen to what the passenger is saying or something like that. I did find that very cool, because we all do know in real life everybody is going to have different stories, and I do feel like this game is going to capture that very well, because even Grand Theft Auto doesn't do it to like that kind of level. They are going to have different things in like the main story and all that, guys, but the fact that most of the cars you switch to in this game, with many of the passengers or the people in that said vehicle probably having a conversation or talking about different things, and then you also have like the story part of it, where some of the cars are going to be part of missions you will have to do, which is also very cool. I did end up doing one mission to where I was like a pretty much a getaway driver having to get to like a car meet. And I was like, this is going to be dope. So you have to lose the police and then get there, which was going to be dope. The fact that you were going to be the one driving, like you're kind of in their shoes a bit or something like that, which I did find that to be interesting, man. You can like figure out their stories, and we all do know this guy is going after the main person that put him in the hospital and stuff like that. So he is trying to get around and find different things that can connect all these other people to the person he is looking for, which along the lines of going through like different missions and stuff, you are going to find that. I think right now in the story, I'm like maybe 3 hours into it, like 2.5. And I gotta admit, it's been a funny experience so far, whether you're going to be doing a mission like running away from the police or something like that, or maybe switching to a police car and trying to wreck one of the other racers to help that said police force. It is going to be a cool mix-up, man. Like, it's something I wasn't really expecting that much, or like I didn't think you could just like switch vehicles or do different things. You can also like ram cars or something like that. I did not even realize you're going to unlock boost as well. Like, that's pretty dope, and definitely something that you will end up experiencing in the game that is probably different. Like, I wasn't really thinking you get all that, you know what I mean? I didn't think you'd have like a ram thing, boost, and who knows what else I might unlock, because I'm only 2.5 hours in or so. So I'm probably going to end up getting even more stuff there. On top of that, guys, you're also going to be doing different story missions. One that was really cool was you pretty much switched to like a, I think it was going to be a news van to be exact. When you had to switch to that, you then had to pretty much go to like areas and kind of film different things that were happening. And you know, with this being Driver, you're not just going to go there and pretty much film random cars doing stuff. No, you pretty much have to switch to those said vehicles and then do the tasks that they are going to be asking you, whether it's going to be like jumping or going really fast or something like that, even crashing or something. That way you're going to be able to film that stuff and be able to get that completed. It was really cool. And I did have a great time going through some of these missions. Now, again, guys, I am going to be fairly early on in the game, but first initial impressions of being like 2.5, 3 hours into it, dude. Like playing this game again in 2025, even though that's what a lot of people would probably be with this, because I'm sure a lot of people played this. For me, though, it is going to be the first time of me playing this game in 2025, and my goodness, I'm gonna say this as I have said in other games, dude. They really don't make games like this anymore, do they? And that's something I will talk about in a different video about Driver. It's just insane to think about, dude. Like when you guys really go back and play some of these games, I don't know what it is, but it's kind of wild how, like, in a way you can kind of see how newer games are, like the direction that they have been going, in which I would say a majority of the player base and a lot of the people that are in the gaming community everywhere, or like gamers in general, have not been the biggest fan of the direction. Like, we can all agree on that, right, guys? A lot of people are not going to be the biggest fan of how certain games have been, or the direction that they're going in, man. You could talk about a lot of different games there with that entire conversation, but it is crazy, though, going back in and being like, wait, Ubisoft published this, or these are the kind of games that were made back then. Like, you could kind of see like the love behind them and stuff. And that was probably something I did end up noticing. Like, at first when I started playing Driver, I thought it was going to be like the older one, or maybe you just legit just drive around the city and do like little tasks and stuff. But no, this game is pretty much putting you in a lot of different areas. One thing I really did like was a stunt where you basically had to like scare the driving instructor, which basically required you to like jump, drift, and do like overtakes going faster by vehicles and stuff like that. Would bring his heart rate up, and then after that you'd end up completing it. I was like, that was going to be a cool side mission. Again, you'd end up being like a cop or something, having to take down someone, or you switch to somebody and run away from the police, or you just run from the cops in general in a different vehicle. And with some of those tasks are then going to unlock other cars and stuff like that, which I do love that sense that you're actually going to be progressing through the story, unlocking better vehicles, eventually making more money and stuff. We're also then going to have the regular main story missions in the game, which is probably not that surprising. But if you guys are probably going to be anything like me, you're most likely going to do a lot of the main side races or events and stuff, and then do the initial story mission there, which is something I was kind of aiming at. I figured, let's just do it this way. Normally, I'd kind of do like the side stuff anyway when I play like Elden Ring or different games. I'm like, you know what, let me do that in this one. And so far, that's been so dang fun doing it in that method. And of course, on top of that, we're also going to have regular races as well, which are going to be part of stuff. And I do think some of those are going to be you initially driving your car. Then other times you're going to have to play as someone else that's going to have to win that race. That way they can pay for school or do whatever they have to do and stuff like that. So there's going to be a mix there overall from both sides of it, where you guys are going to be exploring a lot of different things, driving around San Francisco. And so far, this game has been an absolute blast. I kind of wish in a way I did play this game back in the day, but honestly, I'm happy I can play it now and kind of enjoy and really see what made this game so dang special in so many different ways, which I am going to touch on in a future video. One thing I also got to mention real quick is playing this game, guys, being around 2.5, 3 hours in. I got to say that again, just in case anyone might be wondering. I really do like the driving physics in this game, dude. I think it is pretty dang good overall. Do let me know what you guys think. Is it going to be like a sim? Obviously not. But I do think they did do a good job overall of how the cars feel and stuff like that. The sense of speed is nice in this game. Weaving in and out of cars is really cool. Flying down the city streets and stuff like that. Going around corners. Driving different vehicles. I think they really did do a great job of that stuff overall. And I feel like I kind of wish some of this would hit other newer games. You know what I mean? Like, I really still wish to this day that Motorfest had better sense of speed to it, which I think everybody wants. I do think the sense of speed in this game is pretty dang great, and I would say overall the driving physics are probably going to be good, and a lot of players would end up enjoying them. But anyway, guys, do let me know your thoughts on Driver in the comments below. Did you guys ever play this game? If you did, what were some of your favorite things about it? It really is insane to me that I never played this, but my goodness, playing it now, I can definitely see why so many people loved it. And do stay tuned for more videos about this game in the near future, as I'm honestly just getting started here in the campaign.